Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode on the Growth Project podcast, a podcast for you if you're ready to make a real impact in this lifetime. Whether you're looking to start your own business, travel the world, or simply live life with more purpose, the Growth Project podcast will guide you every step of the way. Hosted by motivational speaker, life coach, and self-proclaimed truth dealer, Cherise Fierce, you can be sure that the Growth Project podcast will guide you in a progressive and authentic way towards your highest, most badass, unapologetic self. So sit back, buckle up, and get ready for the ride. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode on the Growth Project podcast. My name is Cherise, and I am forever your host. And as always, before starting, you guys know I always have to say a warm welcome to all of my new listeners that are here listening for the first time, and to all of my OG listeners rocking with me from day one. I absolutely am so grateful for all of you, and thank you guys for always tuning in. So before we start today's episode, I want to say happy 2023. We're in a new year, so we have a brand new energy this year. I'm thinking of doing a sort of episode about the astrology and numerology of 2023, just because 2023, 223 is the number 7, and 7 has its own energy. So we have definitely guidance about the upcoming year and what we can expect and how we can best align with it. So if you guys want that type of episode, definitely leave me a message, share this on Instagram, or I saw people putting some polls on their Spotify account. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're leaving, like, you can leave messages and you can leave, like, they can have polls. So if by this time that this episode comes out, I've figured that out, leave me a message below, I guess, or leave me or answer my poll, I guess, if I figure it out by then. If not, just let me know if you guys are interested, one way or another, for me to do an episode about the upcoming year and the astrological and numerologic and the numerology and the energy of the year, so that we can all best align with it. But that is not what today's episode about, but I just wanted to say happy 2023, and I hope that 2022 for you was memorable. I hope that 2022 brought a lot of healing, a lot of understanding, a lot of lessons, and a lot of new gifts, new abundance, new awareness to you. And I hope that those are things that you are taking with you in 2023. So happy 2023, and I can't wait to see what the year brings. So on today's episode, we are going to be discussing literally the best way, the best practice that I have found in my experience. One of the ways that have helped me so much to heal myself, to reinvent myself, to help me change and grow and be positive, and to just be the person that I am right now, and to like stay on track with everything that I'm doing. And I'm pretty sure by the end of this video, you guys will be so down to do this practice too, to do this one thing. And if you stay till the end of the video, I also give you my best tips on how to implement this practice into your life, how best to use this practice for your goals or for whatever it is that you want to bring forth, and to really how to get the best benefits out of this practice. So this is something that I literally swear by, has helped me change my life so much, and it is something so simple. And I want to be giving you guys these very simple ways in 2023 of glowing up, of getting better, of growing, of reinventing yourself, of changing, of just really improving yourself in whatever way that you guys want. I really want to give simpler and just like practical things that you guys can use to anchor in your new beliefs, anchor in your awakening, anchor in your expansion. Because I know a lot of my episodes have to do with a lot going on around spirituality and the mindset and the belief work and the inner work, but that also comes with outer work as well, or it's still inner work, but I'm just saying like it's habits that we can also add into our day to make sure that even when times are going hard, even when things are not going as planned, we still have a couple things that can ground us to wherever it is that we're going and ground us into the present moment and ground us into positivity. And I highly, highly, highly recommend that you guys listen this episode all the way till the end, because I'm going to be discussing the 5 ways that this practice has helped me and how it could help you too. And my favorite, I would say, is number 5. I think number 5 is so powerful, and a lot of people don't use this for that specific reason. So make sure that you stay for all 5. And like I said, I'm going to be giving the best tips that I know on how to implement this practice into your life and how to get all the benefits as much as possible. And this one simple thing can help you do so much in your life, and that's why I feel like it's so underrated, and that is why I am bringing it to you guys, because we're all about growth on this channel, and 2023 is another year of growth for us and leveling up and living the best lives that we can ever fathom. Okay, so fathom, that's the word. Thank you Demi. So the best practice that I have found, and the best and simplest, I'm going to say the best and simplest, most effective way that I have found to help me change my life, and other people have tried it too, and other people have done it the way that I have told them to do it, and they also have leveled up, they also feel different, they also see the difference that this has brought, is journaling. I know that buildup was like, what? Journaling? But seriously, stick with me, like I say, all the way till the end. This one thing is going to help you change so much about your life, yourself, your mindset, your subconscious mind, everything. Like, just this one thing can help you so much. And I think that like I said, it's so underrated, because a lot of people see journaling as just being like a diary, but no, honey. Especially not the way that I journal and not the way that I use my journal. So this is what I'm going to be talking to you guys about today. The ways that I specifically use my journal to help me glow the fuck up, to help me grow, and to help me progress on my journey. Okay, so like I said, a lot of people see journaling as just like writing down your feelings or writing down like how your day went and whatever. And those things are very important. But if this is what you're using a journal for, I would say after listening to this episode, get yourself a separate journal for what we're going to be talking about, because this specific journaling techniques and journaling techniques and stuff that we're going to be talking about today is to really help in terms of, like I said, growth and goals and all of that. So 5 ways that journaling has, like I said, helped me grow and helped me change and literally change my life, and can help you do that as well, is for the first benefit that I got from this, and the first thing that I noticed once I started journaling, like the way that I journal, and that I'm going to explain that at the end, is that journaling truly created a space for me to see my negative thoughts more objectively. Okay, so the first thing it did was that it helped me clear my thoughts. So all of the overthinkers out there, all of the anxious bitches out there, all of the people who just like always in their brain, and you know what I'm talking about, you're so always in your brain. You can't do anything. You're paralyzed. You're shaking. You're nervous. Your nerves all over the place. You're perfectionistic. You're lazy. You're just always in your head. Get yourself a fucking journal. This is one of the easiest ways that you can start changing things about yourself, changing habits about yourself, changing how you interact with your brain. So that is the first thing that my journal helped me do, is literally change how I interacted with my brain. So it helped me clear my thoughts, okay? And it helped me see what I was thinking. And I think that we take so much for granted that we know what we're thinking, because like in the moment we're like, oh, I'm thinking it, so I know. But like, do you remember what you were thinking last week? No, you don't. You don't remember what you were thinking last week. You only can remember kind of like what you're thinking kind of like now. And this is why I feel like a journal is so powerful. Sometimes I get into this space where like I repeat something in my head, like during the course of a day, I would repeat something in my head a lot. So let's say I'm having a really tough day and like the thoughts in my head is just like, you're just not good enough. Like, you're never gonna be good at this. Like, why do you even try? You're so weak. Like this, that, and the other. If someone were like literally following me around and had a device to my head and were recording my thoughts, they could literally count how much times in my brain I was like, oh, you're not good enough. You're never going to be good at this. You suck, you suck, you suck. And every time I would do this, I would produce an emotion in me. Obviously, I would feel sad, or I would feel ashamed, or I would feel whatever, low. But that's the thing about thinking. When we think a thought, we can think it repeatedly, and we can think it for an infinite amount of times without thinking, oh, this is enough, or I've done this too much, or like I have to stop, because it's in our brain and it's like infinite. So we don't really notice it. But when you write something out, you're never going to just like, even if you're writing your thoughts, you're never going to write over and over, you suck, you're never going to make it, you're so weak, I can't believe like I'm you. Like, you're not going to continue writing out these things, or you're not going to write like you suck, you suck, you suck, you suck. Like after the 6th or 7th or 10th, you're going to be like, what the hell? Why am I writing this over and over and over? Like, this makes no sense. I'm going to stop. But when you're in your brain, you actually don't. A lot of us don't have that thing that tells us like, oh, we've taught this thought too much times today. I hope you guys are getting my drift with this. And this is what journaling can help you do. So when you actually start writing, you actually start noticing what you're thinking, what's in your head. And when you write it down on paper, then you can actually look at what you're writing down, and you can look at it from like a third person or like another person view. And this really, really, really helps, especially if you're always overthinking and you're always in your head. If you're always in your head, you know what it feels like to get lost in your head, to get lost in your brain. And that is a different world. Like that's a world without time, where you can be in your brain and in your head, and you turn around and you look at the time and it's like time has passed and you don't understand. You were just sitting there thinking, or lying down thinking. I know you guys know what that feels like. But when you take up journaling, you have a specific time where you let your brain just go free and you write down whatever comes to your mind, or you can use that period to clear the thoughts. Oh, you know what? I'm thinking about this one situation over and over again. Let me go journal about it and see what comes through. And when you're journaling about it, you're going to notice that you're not going to necessarily write down the things that you were thinking, but you're going to write things down from a different perspective. It's really like, it's magical. Just try it. Trust me on this one. Next time you are overthinking a problem, or you're going through something that you keep repeating in your mind and you don't know what to do about it, open a journal and write about it, and then reread it at the end. And I promise you're going to have a different perspective. The perfect imagery that I can give for this is kind of like, like sometimes we see those little images of like a person, and they have just like a ball of like wires, or like a ball of like yarn, or just like a ball of like a tangled ball of lines in their head. That is how I see sometimes like rumination and overthinking. And when we write, or when we speak or when we use a medium to channel the thoughts, what it's like is like we're literally taking that tangled thread that is up in our brains and we're pulling it. But we're pulling on one thread, and the fact that we're pulling on this one thread, it's causing whatever was tangled up there to slowly untangle. And by the time that we look into our journal and we reread whatever it is that we were reading, we usually have a different perspective, or we usually know where to go next, or we usually know the next step or how to go forward, or we just feel better. And that is definitely the number one benefit. And well, one of the benefits, so my number one benefit that I want to give you guys, and one of the ways that journaling has definitely helped me stay consistent and stay focused on my goals. So the second one was, it's kind of like in tandem with that, because I was noticing my thoughts more. So my second one, my second benefit of how journaling has helped me is basically because I noticed my thoughts more and I was more aware of my thoughts, especially because I was doing journaling in the morning. So already starting my day like that, I was so much more aware of my own thoughts. And because of that, during the day, I got to like choose thoughts and stay in a more positive state of mind. So because I wrote out what it is that I wanted, because I journaled in the morning, and like I said, I'll talk about how I journal at the end so that it'll all come together and make more sense. But because I journaled in the morning, I realized that I was staying more easily in a positive state of mind. And I definitely attribute that to journaling and meditation as well. But even on the days that I didn't meditate, if I just journaled, I could see that I would stay longer in a positive state of mind, and I would definitely notice my thoughts more. So if negativity came up, if anything like that came up, I could have the space for the negative thought, but I wouldn't let it affect me, and I wouldn't let it like really permeate my day. And the more that I journaled and the more that I stayed consistent with journaling, the more I noticed that I was in a natural positive state of mind, and it was just easier for me to stay in that state day per day. Maybe even sometimes by the end of the day didn't go as planned or whatever, and I didn't feel good, but waking up the next morning and journaling and feeling refreshed, it's kind of like taking on the day again. And like I said, I was just noticing my thoughts and being aware of how I think, and I would choose to be in a positive state, and I would choose always more positive thoughts in my brain over the negative ones. So if I would have like a negative thought, like again, like, oh, you're never going to do this, you're not enough, or why do you try, I would reply to that thought or follow up with that thought with like, progress is better than perfection, and as long as I'm doing it, as long as I'm trying, I know that every single day I'm getting better. And if this goal or this thing that I'm doing is important to me, that's like all that matters. It just matters that I'm moving into that direction and that I'm getting better and better. It's okay that I'm not there yet, but I'm getting better and better. And I would repeat like a positive thought in my head to kind of like cancel out that negative thought that I had. So that's why I said this was in a little tandem with the first one, because it just helped me become so much more aware of my thoughts, and it allowed me to have the power to change them in real time. And I feel like that in itself is so powerful, because if you keep doing that, then you notice that you kind of start having more control over, and this is the third benefit that I had, you start having more control over your emotional state. So the third thing, the third way that journaling absolutely changed my life is that it really helped me evaluate my emotional state. It helped me like emotionally regulate, and it also was like this place for me to channel my pain, to channel my problems, and for me to process my emotions. And this is so powerful, to have a place for emotional regulation and to have a place for your negative thoughts and your negative feelings, because a lot of times we just carry these thoughts and feelings inside of us, and we don't give them a space, we don't give them an outlet, and because of that, they stay in us and they slowly sip into other areas, of our lives, and they kind of like poison, other parts of our lives and other beliefs and other things. So we really do want to get them out, and we do not want to keep these in our bodies. If you guys actually remembered, one of my last episodes, I believe 2 episodes back, was talking about how numbing emotions and numbing ourselves actually doesn't work and it actually causes more harm than good in the long run, and how all of those like suppressed emotions and all of that stay in our body. So if you want to learn more about that and want to listen more about that, you can definitely head over to that episode right after this one. I highly recommend it, because this is another way that journaling really helped me, is that it really helped me to process my emotions. And although I don't use my journal all the time to process my emotions, because I have other ways in which I process my emotions, definitely having a journal can help you process your emotions and help you to evaluate your emotional state and regulate yourself. So even when you're writing down some of the things that you are writing down, when you're writing down your thoughts, like I was saying, if you have a situation that you're overthinking about and you're writing it down, you're journaling about that situation, you're also going to notice your emotional state during that time that you're taking to journal. And you can evaluate that emotional state, like, and note how it is that you're feeling. And you can ask yourself and journal even further and deeper about why you could possibly be feeling that way. And it really helps me. Like I said, it was this place for me where I could just transmute my pain into power. And I would start my journaling with like whatever it is I was going through that was wrong, or that felt wrong, or felt unsafe to me. So I would write like this is what happened, or like today I'm grateful for my day, even though I feel this way, even though, this memory came up or this situation came back and it has me feeling so and so and so and so. I realize now that even just by writing it out, even just by clearing my mind, that I am so much more powerful than I was in the past, because I'm not letting this emotion control me. I'm actually sitting down and writing about it. And it's just that I would regulate myself in this way. And by the end of that journaling session, I would just feel so much more better. I would feel so much better. I would feel so much more powerful. And it happened a couple times during the year where I just didn't feel good, and I'm like, let me just go write it out. Like I'm writing to me, and by the time I reread it, like I said, I always have a different perspective, a different point of view sometimes, and I just know what it is that I need and what it is that I like, how to help myself, how to move forward. And I think a lot of the times where we keep these thoughts and these emotions inside of ourselves and we don't actually process them, we don't know how to move forward, because it's just, we're on this constant loop of thinking, feeling, and we don't know how to process. And journaling is the perfect way to break that loop between thinking, feeling, because it's thinking, feeling, and then writing. And then when you can break that loop, you'll notice that, you'll know at the end of that journaling session, or maybe after a couple, what to do next, or what is your next move. It is super powerful in that way. And the other way that journaling really helped me change my life and helped me level up this year was it really helped me stay focused on my goals and on my dreams. And it helped me to make progress every single day. So that is my number 4. And I absolutely love using my journal to help me achieve my goals. I love using my journal to see my progress, to note my progress, to note how better I'm getting, to hype myself up before like the day starts. Like, I love using that. And because, like I said, this is like something that you're doing on a daily basis, it also helps you build that like self-trust. And I think maybe that's like a point in its own, but I'll just put it here. It really did help me build more self-trust, because just knowing that every time I would come to myself, be with myself, know that I said I was going to journal and I did, and like just taking that time with myself every day and doing that and like just being there for myself, it really, really helped me build my self-trust. So, that building my self-trust helped me build my confidence, and it helped me again stay focused on my goals and my dreams, and it definitely helped me see my progress all the time. Because if I want it, I can go back like 3 weeks or 2 weeks and see what was I journaling about like 2 weeks ago, what was on my mind, what was I writing, and then I can see where I was there, where I'm at now. I can see the progress that I made. Oh my god, last week I was journaling about how I noticed that I got better at this, and now that it is like 2 weeks after, now this is not even something that's on my mind, because like I'm totally either I'm crushing it or it's becoming more normal, so I'm not journaling about it anymore. But I noticed that 2 weeks ago or a month ago it was something that was important enough for me to put down on paper. So the fact that, now I'm not journaling about it, it's kind of like I can see my progress, and I can see that it's not bothering me anymore, or like I worked on it, or like, so it really helped me note my progress. It helped me, it was a tangible way and like evidence of seeing that I got better. And I think that that's so important for our brains, because sometimes it's hard for us to see our progress, especially when it's not always physical and it's not tangible. When we're doing the inner work, it's easy to think like, am I really changing? Like, did I really change? Am I different? Because it's on the inside of us, so it's hard to see that. But journaling has definitely helped me with that, because I can see how I process things now emotionally. I can see how I think. I can see the way I'm handling things. I can see my way forward, and it really helped me stay consistent and stay focused on my goals, and see that yes, I am changing. Yes, I am moving forward in the direction of my dreams and in my goals. And I literally have the proof and the evidence to show it. And I think that was a great way, like I said, to build self-trust and to build this habit with my brain, and to let my brain know that like, no, I am changing, no, I am getting better, look. And I think that was so important, and it definitely contributed to my success in 2022. And yeah, absolutely. So the last way, and the number 5, if you came all the way here with me, I'm so happy. The 5th way that meditation helped me, the 5th way that journaling literally helped me and helped my success in 2022 is with manifesting, with my manifestations, okay? And this is where I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about how I journal and how it literally helped me manifested the things that I wanted, okay? Journaling helped me manifest my new identity, clients in my business, how I saw myself, my habits. Like, it really helped so much with my self-discovery, like knowing myself aspect, which is what, like, basically the first 3 steps were like noticing my thoughts, clearing my overthinking, like my emotional state and everything. And the second 2, like the last 2, really helped with like my outward goals and manifestations. And like every day without fault, or like sometimes I'd miss a day, but mostly every day, I would write down the reality that I am living, okay? And I feel like this needs its own episode, but I would literally write down every single time what it is that I was doing, my identity that I was embodying, like what I saw myself doing, literally every single thing. And I would constantly write like, I am getting better and better every day in every way. I see myself doing this. Actually, I would even write in even more present tense than that. I would write things like, I'm so grateful that I get paid to be myself. I'm so grateful that I get paid to speak and give talks and conferences and like, yeah, I would write things like that. Like, I'm so grateful that I get paid to be myself. I'm so grateful that I get paid to speak, to use my voice, to speak in public, to give my opinion, my expertise, my wisdom. I'm so grateful that I get to make money doing something that I love. And because of this, I see more and more people every single day who are interested in what I have to say, who like listening to my podcast, who like asking me for my opinion and my wisdom. I meet more and more people every single day who are interested in the things that I'm interested in, who I have great conversations with, and who I'm equally as interested in. And I would write things like that, and I swear to you, it would be because I'm writing these things every single day. It's like I'm literally implanting those things in my brain. And I kid you not, I literally kid you not, that I wrote a lot of these things down and they happened in 2022. I think I'm going to write this down right now, guys. I'm going to just grab a pen because I'm going to write down like things that I manifested in 2022 to do an episode on that. But it is so true. Like, I remember one time for a week I was just writing like, people love hearing me speak. They love to hear what I have to say, because that week I was going through it. What happened was that exact week I was going through it. I was just going through it, and business ups and downs, and I was just feeling like I'm not consistent with my podcast. My podcast is never going to get to 10,000 listens. Like, maybe I should quit. Like, I was just thinking so many different things, and instead of allowing myself to just fall into that state, I decided to motivate myself and to put myself back into a positive state of mind by using my journal to manifest what it is that I wanted. So I knew what was in my reality. I knew what I didn't want, but I was like, okay, how can I get what I want? And I used my journal for that. And I would write things, like I said, people love to hear me speak. People love my podcast. They're always commenting on how it has changed them, how it's changed their mindset, how it has illuminated them. People tell me all the time that they leave my podcast feeling like they learned something new, that they feel motivated, or that this, like, I wrote those things. I'm like, more and more so every single day, I realize that there's so much people around me who love me, who love hearing me speak, who love this. And I wrote that in like different variations for the whole entire week. And literally that week, I had an episode that blew up out of nowhere. Like, I had not posted a new episode or anything. Like, it was like all my episodes were still there. Like, nothing else had changed on my end, and that episode blew up. And I just remembered that just being like, that's crazy. Like, I remember going on live that week, and then afterwards, like, my episode blew up. But it just showing me that when you actually write these things down and you say it out loud, but writing it down is very powerful because you're using your body as well to write it down. And I feel like there's this like connection between our hands and our brains, and it really sinks down into our subconscious. So whatever it is you're trying to manifest, and I'm sorry that this point is going to be short because I definitely think it deserves its own episode. Whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, the same way that my journal helped me stay focused on my goals, you want to use your journal to stay focused on your manifestations and what it is that you want. So when it was that I was wanting new clients or for a new path or a new source of income, I would write those things. I would write, I'm super grateful for all my different streams of income that allow me to live comfortably, that allow me to not worry about money. I'm so grateful that I do not have to worry about money anymore. I'm so grateful that I'm divinely taken care of. I'm so grateful that I'm taken care of. I'm so grateful that my income only keeps increasing. I would write, those things like, like I said, I'm so thankful that my for all my different streams of income that continuously keep increasing, and therefore I'm able to live the life that I live. I'm able to give freely. I'm able to make podcasts that people love to hear, and like produce all of this free content, and follow my heart's purpose. And because of this, I am happier, my relationships are going better, and like all of these different aspects of my life is going so much better. Like I can't believe I'm living the life that I've always wanted. Like it's here, it's now. I'm so grateful. And I promise you guys, when you journal like this, there is nothing that can stop you. Like when you journal like this consistently, what you're doing without even knowing it is changing your beliefs and changing your thoughts and changing what you actually thought was possible for you. So maybe the first time you journal that you're making $5,000 a month, maybe you won't believe it. But if you consistently start doing it, you're going to believe it. It's going to be natural for you to journal that. And that's when you know that that thought has entered your mind, entered your subconscious. And then now it's just the subconscious job to give you the nudges, give you the intuition, give you the this, and make it happen. It's going to align you naturally with the things that are going to give you what you want. And I've seen this over and over and over and over and over with in 2022. Like even just a last example, it was really funny. I was having a big fight with my boyfriend, and we like almost never have like these type of arguments, and we didn't speak to each other. And I told myself, I literally took my journal. It was one of those hard moments where I wrote out, and then I wrote to myself that like, I see this problem being resolved in the most ideal way and in the most loving way. I know deep down that this is going to be solved in the most ideal way with no harm to any one of us, and that we're going to be so much more connected after, and that these things happen, and these are these are opportunities for our relationship to grow and to become deeper. And by me allowing the space right now for us to be in our own energies, we're gonna come back even stronger. I kid you not, the morning after that, literally my boyfriend came and talked to me. It was like, oh, I want to talk to you about like the last 2 days and this and that. And we had such a deep and like healing and wonderful conversation that we were like so much more connected after, and we knew new things about each other, and we just like it was literally manifested. I could have stayed in a state of mind like, oh fuck this, like this is why I don't like this is why I don't like to give my heart to anybody, this is why like I don't like to give to people because they abuse. Like I could have stayed in that state, and like maybe the next day that wouldn't have happened, or maybe he would have come and be like, oh, I want to talk about yesterday, and then I would have still been in a fighting or combative mode. But absolutely not. I released everything in my journal. I emotionally regulated myself, and then I gave myself something to look forward to. I gave myself the reassurance that I needed, and literally that is what manifested. So those are all the wonderful ways. Those are the top ways that journaling has definitely helped me in 2022, definitely changed my life in general, and definitely contributed to my success. And it is one of the things that I'm taking with me into 2023 to continue, like I said, grounding myself in this practice. So no matter if it's highs, it's lows, I definitely want to keep this practice going, because it just has had so much positive benefits on me. So if you guys are wanting to implement this practice into your new routine for 2023, I just have a couple of tips for you, and I hope that these are going to help, because I think that journaling can help anyone with anything, and I definitely recommend it as one of the bestest ways to do your inner work, to experience that inner glow up, and for that inner glow up to show in your physical. So my number one tip is to choose a cute journal. Choose something that you would actually want to write in. choose something that means something to you, or maybe the cover has a quote that you like choose something that inspires you. You want to choose something that inspires you. If you're more a digital person, choose the easiest way or the place that you're going to stay the most consistent. So maybe you're an iPad person and you do everything on your iPad, then you can journal on your iPad. That's totally okay. I love paper and pen. I will never get over that feeling. I just love it. So if you're like me, make sure to choose a place that, it gives you that feeling. It inspires you to write in it. Choose something that means something to you. 2, make sure to leave your journal and your pen. Yes, a pen. Don't just put the journal alone. You want to put the journal and a pen in a very easily accessible space. Like for me, your girl's lazy, so the easiest, most accessible place is near my bed. Is right there. So as soon as I wake up in the morning, I can literally go pee, come back and journal. Or I sometimes leave it like right in my living room, because sometimes I get up, I pee, I go meditate, and it's right there. But it's like in that designated space where like I can't miss it. Either when I meditate it's there, or either it's literally next to my bed with a pen, so that I have no excuse on why not to journal. Even if it's just a couple sentences, it's there, the pen is there, do that thing. 3rd one, you definitely want to be honest with yourself when you're journaling. Be honest. This is a place to let it go, to be 100% true with yourself, and then look back at what you wrote objectively. So don't lie to yourself. Don't hide anything. Just write how you feel. Just write how you're thinking. Just let it out, especially when you're using it for the emotional aspect. Like I said, when you're overthinking or when something's going wrong. Like I wrote many things down, how I was feeling with my boyfriend, how everything, and then at the end I still wrote like, even though I feel this way, I know that and that this will make us stronger and everything like that. And then you also want to write a little bit. You want to write every day. And for those of my girlies who are lazy, who have a problem with consistency, my ADHD girlies, this is why I tell you to leave your journal and your pen right next to you, because it's going to give you the visual reminder to write every day. And also it's going to help you to like set up this routine. So actually, you want to set up a little routine. So like I said, mine is not a full routine, but it's like I know I wake up, I go pee, I grab a bottle of water, so then I come back to my bed. Either I come back to my bed and I journal right away, either I come back to my bed and I sleep a little bit more, but then when I wake up, I journal right away. You want to create some sort of routine around it. So maybe for you wake up, you go to the gym, you come back, you journal, or you wake up, you journal. Like for my boyfriend, it was super simple. He just woke up and the first thing that he did, he like journaled. So no matter whatever he did for the rest of the day, whether he worked out, whether he did this, it was done. So just create a little routine around it. This will really help you stay in the groove, and you'll notice that when you don't journal, you'll feel like, oh, I didn't do something today, and it's gonna give you that prompt and that reminder. So add it somewhere super easy. Make sure to anchor your journaling to a routine, and to give it a reason as well. Why are you doing this? Why are you journaling? If you can do that, you'll notice that you'll stay way more motivated to journal, and you'll stay you'll still motivated to journal. And by adding it and anchoring it to a routine, you also going to stay way more consistent. My 5th tip would be stay consistent even on the days that you don't want to, but even when you miss a day. So I know we always talk about the days that we don't want to, but I like to talk about the days that we miss, because sometimes when we miss a day or we miss 2 days, we feel like, oh, I messed up now. So you start like slacking off. But no, I want you to come back with it like, oh, I don't know what happened for the past 2 days, but I'm really gonna journal. And even if you journal and you miss a day, and you journal again and you miss a day, keep at it. It's for longevity and sustainability. Remember, we're not here to be perfect. We're here for progress. And sometimes in the beginning, you start off journaling every day, and then after you miss 1 day, 2 days, but as long as you keep doing it and it stays part of your routine and part of your life, you are going to reap the benefits of it. Okay, so it's more important the longevity, the sustainability, than for it to be perfect every single day. Okay, But for sure, journaling every single day, even a couple of lines will help. But I would prefer that you miss the one day, but journaled for the 2 years, than you never miss a day, but you only journaled for 3 months. Okay. And the last one I would say is see this as bonding time with yourself. See this as time to spend with yourself, self discovery. Give yourself your why. Why are you journaling? What are you doing with this? But also see this as like self bonding time, self love time, understanding yourself, clearing your thoughts. Like, this is so important for your mental health, for your emotional health, for your spiritual health. It is so important on all aspects, and all of that, when they're all in sync and they're all cleared up, helps you physically. So you really, really want to prioritize this, and you want to convince yourself and let yourself know all the reasons why and all the benefits of journaling. And note it somewhere in your brain, write it down, but give yourself your why and your reason, and really try to see this as spending time with yourself. Okay. I know for me that really helps, because I'm like, I want to spend time with myself. I want to be with myself, and I want to understand myself more, and I want to help myself, and I want to support myself. And this is one of the ways that I do it. And I know a lot of people always say, this is my last tip. A lot of people say, like, sometimes I open my journal and I don't know what to write. Like, there's nothing comes, and then they just feel like closing it and putting it back and waiting for another day. There's no perfect way to journal. But if ever you feel like you're stuck and you don't know what to write on any given day, always start with what you're grateful for. Start with what you're grateful for and go from there. So if it's a day where you don't know what to write, you can say you're grateful for your family, you're grateful for your friends, you're grateful for waking up, you're grateful for your business, you're grateful that you have an awesome job that you love, you're grateful for your awesome partner, and then it will go from there. Things will just flow from there. If you're using it for a manifestation, like we said, maybe it's a day and you're like, oh, I don't know what to write. Use it for a manifestation. Say you're grateful for all the things that are not currently in your reality, but you're manifesting. So you're grateful for your new podcast that you're starting, or that you're so happy that you're putting out episodes and people are in love with it, or whatever it is. Like, you can also use it for a manifestation. And that's why I like to use my journal for like a couple different things, so that I'm never feeling bored. I'm never feeling like, oh, I'm writing the same things, or I'm just writing how my day went. Like, no, I use it for my goal, to stay like consistent on my goals, to help me change my mindset, to help me change my identity, to help me change how I see myself, to manifest, to, like I said, help me with my emotional state, and help me transform my pain into like power, to motivate myself. Like, I really use this one simple thing to do all those things. And like I said, that one simple thing has contributed to so much of my growth and of my success in the past year, and for as long as I've been doing it. So I hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode. I hope that you guys have enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you feel motivated to journal, to start journaling. And if you guys want an accountability partner, if you want someone to help you stay on track with journaling, I would be definitely down to help you guys with that. And I'm even thinking of doing like a 30-day journaling challenge. So really and truly, if you guys would be interested in that, send me a DM, but even more so, share this to your Instagram and say, I'm down for a journaling challenge, or I'm down for the 30-day journal challenge. And I'm gonna know that you guys are really down for it, and send me a DM, and I'll be so glad to actually do this with you guys and to get you into that groove in this new year, because I definitely believe that it will benefit you in one way or the other. So thank you guys so much for staying with me in this episode. I absolutely enjoyed speaking with you, and I'm so grateful that I have so many recurring listeners, and that the podcast keeps growing. And I can't wait to continue to share more practical ways that you guys can grow and glow in 2023 and beyond. And don't forget that if you need a little bit of extra support on your growth and glow on your grow and glow journey that I am definitely your biggest supporter and your biggest motivator and the best one to have on your side in 2023. If you want to work on bettering yourself, you want to start your business but you're scared, you want to start your podcast but you're worried, or you're unclear and you don't have clarity on what it is that you want to speak about, or you just want to improve yourself in different areas of your life, I am definitely the girl for you. My motto in 2023 is to help people stop sleeping on themselves and do the damn thing. So if that is you and you want a little bit of extra support, make sure to reach out to me at Sharice Fierce on Instagram, or check the description. You'll have everything that you need there. You'll have the links to a free connection call where we can just talk a little bit about what it is that you're trying to create and what blockages are stopping you from creating, and choose together the best path for you to move from thinking to actually doing. So if that sounds like you, then working with me is definitely in your best interest. And like I said, you can find all the links in the description of this podcast. And if not, you can find everything else at Sharice Fierce on Instagram. And thank you so much for making it all the way here and listening to my little shameless plug. I cannot wait to talk to you guys for the rest of 2023, and I can't wait to see what the year brings. Bye.